I'm excited to announce the opening of a new Facebook community for the Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life podcast. And this is to get a group of like minded individuals to get together, to push themselves, to actually hold each other accountable, and to level up their lives. I talk about making a positive impact in the world, and this is how I'm hoping to do that. So if you're interested in joining, jump on Facebook, look for Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life, and see if you can join the group. Otherwise, drop me a DM on Instagram at just.live.coaching and I'll send you the link. In today's world, with everyone pulling you in every direction, it's easy to forget who you are, because there are so many different things, and you trying to fit in with so many different people, it's easy to forget who the actual you is. I'm Sanj, and welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a podcast that empowers you to become the best version of yourself by giving you easy to implement techniques so you can start taking back control of your life. If you get something from this episode, please share it with someone. And I would also really appreciate it if you could leave me a rating or a review. Today, I'm talking about why it is so easy to forget who you are and how you can start remembering who the real you is. So, as I like to do now, I want to kick this off with a motivational quote regarding forgetting who you are. And this is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he says, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. It actually emphasizes the value of authenticity and your self-identity in a world that is just surrounding you and exerting external pressures and expectations on you. It's easy to get carried away with all these things, with all these expectations, all these cultural norms, but you need to learn to be yourself. And as we all do, it's easy to get caught up on putting up different personas for different groups of friends. How many times have you been with one group of friends and you're that shy, reserved person, but in front of another group, you're that outgoing, exuberant joker? Have you ever found yourself morphing into different versions of yourself depending on those people around you? It's a common phenomenon, and the reason it happens is because you are driven by the desire to fit in and be accepted by others. So you changing yourself is actually all it boils down to, is you wanting to be accepted, you wanting to fit in, you not wanting to be left out. So, and it's amazing, on average, there are roughly 3 different personas per person, because they adopt them in different social situations. Whether it's at work, whether you're with your family or among your friends, you often wear different masks to conform to those societal expectations. So you're avoiding judgment or rejection when you're with these different people. You don't want to be excluded, so you're going to do what you can to fit in with these people. And the problem with that is you then actually forget who you really are, because despite your best intentions, you may grapple with an ongoing identity crisis because you're unsure of who you truly are beneath all these layers of social conditioning and all these external circumstances. You're doing things like you're constantly comparing yourself to others, and that can lead to feelings of inadequacy and loss of authenticity. When you do that, you start to forget who you are. You're comparing yourself. So what you're going to do is you're going to start playing yourself up so you seem more in tune with the people you're hanging around with. So you're going to lose your true authenticity. You're worried about judgment as well, or being rejected for expressing your true feelings. So you want to keep everything calm. You want to keep everything on balance. If people like you, why do you want to rock the boat? So you hide behind a persona which you believe will actually garner and will actually aid acceptance into that group. And again, that may not be the true you. That may not be who you actually are. But you're going to keep that up because, again, you don't want to be left out. And the third reason, or the third of many, but I'm just going for three, the third reason which will cause you to forget who you really are is actually external validation. Because you're constantly seeking validation and approval from others, you actually prioritize their opinions of you over your own inner truth. So when you actually lose yourself, and this happens a lot. One of the big times it happens is when you're a parent. You then become a parent, and that is your only identity. You actually start to forget who you are. You forget the things you liked, the things that brought you happiness outside of your family. You just become so engrossed in family life that becomes your whole world. But this can cause a lot of issues. One of the biggest things that a lot of dads who are coaches, they say they've lost who they are. They don't know what they like anymore. They don't have a friendship group. They have just become so engrossed in their family that they've lost all sense of identity other than being a husband and a dad. So you do need to ensure that you're taking time to discover yourself. You need to make sure that you're taking time to actually remember who you are. And when if you find that you are feeling lost, that you don't know who the real you is, you can always discover yourself again. You can embark on a journey of self-discovery and just reconnect with your authentic self. And actually, when you do that, profound changes and transformations actually occur. So, and when you then actually connect with your true self, you will have a more resilient and more confident and more fulfilled mind and life, because you're going to be happier. You're going to be doing things that align with you. You're going to start taking actions that make you happy. Discovering who you truly are actually unlocks a sense of purpose, a sense of clarity and inner peace, because you are no longer sitting there waiting for the approval of others. It actually empowers you to make decisions which are aligned to your values, your aspirations. And when you do that, you actually end up leading yourself to a greater life with more fulfillment and more success in every single area. You're no longer waiting to be accepted in the group, because if they don't accept you, you're not bothered. You would actually prefer to find somewhere and a group which actually accepts you for the real you. You want to find the group, the people who are actually wanting to spend time with the real version of you, knowing your true self. So here are 4 ways in which you can actually start finding the real you. The first thing is self-reflection. So take some time, take a step back for introspection and journaling, so you can start to actually explore your beliefs. What do you believe in? Why do you believe in it? What do you want to believe in? You can still change yourself. You can still change your beliefs. You can change your thought processes. And the same with values and passions. What are your values now? What do you want them to be? Yeah, what are your passions now? What do you want them to be? When you're rediscovering yourself, you can actually become a different version of yourself, a changed version of yourself. If there are things about you now which you want to change, you are under no obligation to be that same person who you were before. So you take that time, journal out what you want, put a list of, on the left hand side, who you are now, and on the right hand side, who you want to be. Pin that up somewhere so you can see it every single day. And it reminds you, you know what, actually, I don't want this belief, I want my new belief. And so it will remind you that's the way you've got to keep thinking. The next thing is actually authentic expression. So practice speaking with authenticity and acting in alignment with what you actually are feeling, what you do desire. And don't worry about other people's expectations. If you want to find your true self, you need to actually think whether these expectations are holding you back from becoming the truest version of yourself. And if they are, if they're stopping you, maybe you need to cut back on your time with them. Maybe you need to actually rethink that network. If you want to be your best self, your truest self, you need to be authentic. So anything that gets in your way is only holding you back. The third thing is actually mindfulness. I talk about it all the time because it is such a game changer. Cultivate present moment awareness. Start to do things like meditation and deep breathing and actually realize how you're feeling in the moment. You cannot be authentic to yourself if you don't know how you're feeling. So you cannot know how you're feeling if you're worried about the future or you're thinking about the past. You need to know how you're feeling in the current moment, in the present. And only then and only then can you actually take the right steps, make the right decisions to actually change yourself and change your thoughts, change your beliefs to actually be the person you want to be. And finally, seek support, have the right people around you. Have people who encourage you to be your most authentic self. Yeah, have the people around you who will allow you to flourish, who will allow you to actually become the version of you that is true to yourself. So I encourage you to embrace the journey of self-discovery, reconnect with who you actually are, and remember that authenticity is a key to unlocking your fullest potential and living your life, one which is full of purpose and fulfillment. So are you ready to actually peel back the layers and rediscover the real you? Or do you want to stay as you are and just keep changing your persona for different people, putting on these different masks depending on what room you're walking into? Stay true to yourself. Your thoughts, your mindset on how authentic you are will lead you to fulfillment and living your life to your purpose. As I always say, my mission is to make a positive impact on this world, and I sincerely hope you can help me do that by liking, by following, and by sharing this podcast with others. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. So when you master it, you'll master your life. So until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep mastering your mindset to master your life. Thank you.